Speaking of currency, could save a lot of people time and money that pharmacists are allowed now to hand out minor ailment medications.
Yes.
Well, it could be approved this year.
That is interesting, right? So never before could you just go to the pharmacist and say, I got a bit of this, a bit of that. They just say, go to your doctor and then come back to us with a prescription, right? But that's going to change for some
medications. Wouldn't this be convenient, you think? This would be convenient for a lot of people because how many times you try to go to your family doctor, trying to go to a clinic, and there's a big lineup. But you go to the pharmacy.
Exactly.
Nothing. Right?
That's the thing, right? So it's a huge difference. And I think if it continues on the trend, you never know. Maybe pharmacists then get to recommend more and more or get to prescribe, more and more things as it, maybe it'll be a more convenient thing where you can just go to your pharmacist and say, here's my symptoms. And they just then say, okay, well, try this instead of going through that whole long process of setting up an appointment with your doctor, if you even have one, if you're even lucky enough to have one.
Because there is a shortage.
And then if you're not, then you go to the nurse practitioner and the same idea, and they're only able to prescribe so much anyways. So it's like, I guess now pharmacies will be able to be here and prescribe so much, and then nurse practitioners a little more, and then doctors the whole enchilada. It sounds like they're kind of making some tiered whatever.
You want to
hear
some of the suggested diseases, I guess you could say?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. Well,
I can't even pronounce half of these, but we're going to try and give you a good list. Urinary tract infections, dermatitis, eczema, allergic reaction, insect bites, hives, tick bites, conjunctivitis. See, that's one I don't even know what that is.
Conjunctivitis?
Allergic rhinitis. That would be... I have that sometimes.
You have allergic rhinitis?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
sinus-related thing?
Like a breathing, something to it. Yeah.
I probably have that too then.
I know it because rhino is your nose. So,
cool.
Yeah. Oral thrush.
Is it rhinoceros? Is that where it came from? Because your nose?
Yeah, because rhinos.
Rhinoceros?
I think so.
Nostrils?
Yeah. Like, I think to get a nose surgery is called like rhino something.
Wow, ever cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
Learned so much watching Sudbury News in the morning.
Herpes, also known as cold sores, hemorrhoids, gastro reflux, menstrual cramps, musculoskeletal sprains and strains, and impetigo, which I've just Googled, and that is a bacterial infection of the skin most common in young children. So
interesting.
This is a pretty good list. I mean,
very big,
having to go to the clinic every time seems like kind of a waste because some of these are easily diagnosed even by, common sense, like pharmacists, if anything, are overqualified, I think.
You're right. I think you're right. I think it's timely. I think it's about time and good on us in our medical system that something is getting to be a little progressive in a good way that will benefit many, many people.
Exactly. It could take effect as early as July 1st.
Cool.
But it could be pushed back to January 1st, 2023. So keep your eyes open, your ears open for that. I think that's great. Whatever we can do to take strain off the medical system.
We have a comment from when we were talking about our COVID survey.
Oh, nice.
So Lynn says she had COVID, but never reported it to the doctor.
That's going to happen.
So this is along with what we're saying, statistics coming from the health unit or the hospital or whatever, compared to just doing a survey. So she's wondering how many people would be the same, right? So,
agreed.
So that's why the survey results could even be more accurate than
you never
health
know
unit, or
unless you take a random sample.
Depends. So again, this is the whole the whole thing with numbers.
Well, not to go too much back, but I think this bears repeating. If you were to take a random sample, compare that to what you've collected in your obviously biased sample, and then create a benchmark figure moving forward, that could be a really useful thing. So if you were to do a random sample and find, in general, the population is about 5% positive for COVID, but then you find at the hospital, we've had 50 or 60 positive tests, then in the future, you might, barring major macro changes, you could say, we've had 80 positive tests in the hospital, maybe we have a 7 or 8% positive rate in the community. Like, you could use that moving forward and you could kind of make models. But
Yeah.
the way they do it right now is pretty much useless. Like the models that they create into the future, just to me are utterly useless. But again, I'm not even working in healthcare, so who am I to say?
Hey, AJ here. Did you like that video? Please like and subscribe for more just like it every weekday.
Share it with your friends so they can stay up to date with all Sudbury news.